and they're going to do it against him in due time if he becomes a political threat. At the present, he's clearly not a political threat because they're coming after Donald J. Trump and not Ron DeSantis, you know, as great of a governor as he has been. So I definitely wanted to call that out today and call out many of the people in the Republican Party who have frankly been silent in New York State and elsewhere. We've had a lot of elected officials who owe their political, career to Trump. They would have been nothing without him, and they've been completely silent on this. And it just goes to show that despite this being one of the, biggest stories politically happening and probably in a generation, having a president come down here in handcuffs, they're all quiet. They're still talking about St. Patrick's Day and whatever else. So it's a real shame that we have a party that can't stand for anything, and then it takes like a ragtag group of a few dozen people to come down here and let our voices be heard. So I just wanted to put that out there, and I have a few more people to speak. Mr. Crispy.
All right. Both microphones?
Sure.
Hello, everybody. You guys all know this, if you go deep and inward, that our country and our city was in a much better place when Donald Trump was the president. You guys all know that if you're being honest with yourself. We had peace, we had prosperity, we had low gas prices, and this country has spiraled into the abyss since Joe Biden took over. And everybody standing behind me knew this would happen. And we know what's going on right now as a result to prevent that prosperity from returning to this country. Alvin Bragg has presided over a carnage in this city. Good people that I know have left this city. They don't want to come back to the city. They don't feel safe. You guys know that bodega owner? He left and went and moved back to the Dominican Republic because he thought that Alvin Bragg's policies were arcane. And right now what we're seeing is the unraveling of our country as we know it. You don't go after political opponents. That's what they do in third world countries. But Joe Biden has absolutely no problem doing that because he's owned by China. He's owned by these countries that do not value the rule of law. And these whack job, far left DAs that have been put up by Soros money have absolutely no problem defiling what it means to be an American, where we don't pursue our political enemies on BS charges, on anything that is even questionable, because the fabric of our constitutional republic is more important than our political differences. These people don't care. They'll go after Trump. They'll arrest Trump because they want to stop him from restoring our country to what it was over the last number of years. It's so disgraceful. We're peaceful. You guys see we're all peaceful here. We're peacefully making our voice heard. We just want to stand for the rule of law, for unity, and we want to see what happens in the next couple of years with this political election with a clean, fair, systematic process, election integrity, nobody going after each other with the law. That's how this country should be. We've gotten away from it because these radical leftists who want to tear our country apart. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Mike, M-I-K-E-C-R-I-S-P-I. Mike Crispy. Thank you.
I guess we'll do a few questions if anyone has it before we...
Speak to your intention for this rally. You said you wanted to keep it local.
Yeah, so obviously there's a lot of people that are scared to come out, and we wanted to keep it a small, contained thing. We only let members. We vetted everyone one by one, so we sacrificed size for peace of mind. It ended up being more of a press conference, but we're happy with that. We're getting the message across either way, and that's what's important.
So what do you make of the protest? Are you going to be out here tomorrow?
I'm not going to be out here tomorrow. I would encourage people not to be down here. If it happens tomorrow, it could happen Wednesday. If it happens at all, we're not sure. But I think it's going to be a madhouse, and I would encourage people to probably stay home for tomorrow or whenever it does actually happen, because it probably will be a little chaotic.
So you want people to protest?
Well, yeah, I don't think that the best time to do it would be the very moment it's happening right here. But yeah, I think people are protesting across the country. I know there's going to be something tomorrow in New Jersey. So that's going to continue to happen. We're going to continue to encourage people to exercise their First Amendment rights and protest. And I think it's a healthy thing that both sides do.
So President Trump said, go out there and protest. You were saying maybe wait a little bit.
Well, we're here right now. We're here in front of you. My view personally is I probably wouldn't be down here tomorrow. So yeah, I have a disagreement with him, I guess, on that front. So if you want to come down, be my guest, come down here. But I think it's just going to be a bit of a madhouse. Again, we're saying tomorrow. I don't know if it's tomorrow. I don't know if it's Wednesday. But whenever it actually happens, it'll probably be a little bit of a zoo. So I would stay away. Any other questions?
You mentioned this investigation. There's other investigations that the president's part of. Do you see any credence in those?
Well, we'll have to see what comes out from those. I mean, again, we're operating on leaks. We're operating on limited information. But it's clear that they view President Donald J. Trump as a threat. They're coming after him for a reason. They're not doing the same thing to other Republican candidates. I think they're only doing this because they view him as a political threat who has political capital left, and he could actually win. But we'll see what these other investigations lead. I mean, he's been under investigation in a microscope since 2015, essentially, when he came on the political scene. So if they haven't found it yet, they could keep trying. We'll see. We're looking forward to the next dossier. Anyone else? All right. Yeah.
But what about what the DA is bringing itself in terms of the hush money payments to Stormy Daniels?
As far as my understanding of it, and again, I'm basing this on limited information, it's that they are claiming that he should have been paying these settlement funds from his campaign rather than his private fund. Whatever it is, even if you base it on the fact patterns that they're presenting, it seems to be beyond the statute of limitations. But we'll have to see what they actually come forward with. I don't exactly know what it's going to be, but we'll have to see maybe this week. Gavin Wax with New York Young Republican Club.
Any other protests you would encourage to stay peaceful, right?
All protests should be peaceful. This club has been organizing several protests in the city. We were the first group to organize a peaceful march on Gracie against the mandates. We had 600 people there. There wasn't an incident. We organized the rally outside of the Teddy Roosevelt statue at the Museum of Natural History. I'm finishing a question. Museum of Natural History, also peaceful. We did reoccupy Wall Street, peaceful. So we've been doing this regularly in the city. And I think even for people on the left, they could appreciate that Republicans and conservatives are allowed to protest in this city without fear of retribution, which is what we're doing. So I would hope our friends on the left would appreciate this because it makes them look better, if anything. Yes, sir. That's not us. That's the Metropolitan Republican Club. Okay. Okay. Anything else?
I couldn't hear you earlier.
Yes.
Anything else tonight? Or
No, I'm going to go get dumplings after this, and that's about it. Anything else?
Chinatown, Great Dollar Dumplings.
What's your title in the Republican?
President. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not.
He graduated from
Thanks. Let's summarize here real quickly. We just wrapped up a press conference. I love the fact that you had a very peaceful rally here, and this is what this was all about. It seems like they want it. A lot of people in the media and a lot of people on the left, they want to see something happen tonight. It didn't happen.
I wish I actually said that. I wish I actually made that clearer. They were looking for something to happen, and then we ended up just talking about.
We'll go straight ahead. We'll go.
Yeah, it was great. So, yeah, they were looking for something. We didn't give it to them, and I guess they're probably disappointed.
Yeah, what do you think about the guy behind us that continuously heckles? Is that just a paid activist that's out here? It seems like, there's only... You take him out of here, there's no one else here protesting us.
Yeah, I think that is telling. I think he was actually kind of friendly to me. We were talking before. I think he's just having a gag. I don't think he's actually really ideological. He just seems to be enjoying himself.
Yeah, so...
Try my breath.
Yeah, it's okay. You minus him, then there's really no rebellion here.
Which is good to see.
Yeah. Let's talk about the New York Young Republicans Club. I was there with the gala. You guys gave an award away, and you honored a few people. Let's talk about your organization.
We're the oldest and largest Young Republican Club in the country. We have over 1,200 dues-paying members. We go back over 100 years to the founding of the party with Abraham Lincoln, and we are very happy to continue to organize to advance conservative Republican principles in the belly of the beast here in New York City, and we've been doing a great job at it. Our gala is one of the largest Republican galas in the country, if not the largest. We're going to be at a beautiful venue this year in the city. We're going to be releasing that soon, and we expect 600-700 people to be in attendance at our black tie affair.
When people talk about New York City, they don't necessarily think that it's a lot of conservatives here, but I've met a lot of people at CPAC, and of course a lot of people in this city. Is it growing, the number of conservatives here in New York City?
I think there's a lot of disaffected liberals. I think there's a lot of people that are coming over from the other side. I think when you have one-party rule, you can only reach a political height so high before it starts to turn around. And look, you have to think about scale here. There's over 8+ million people in the city. There's 19 million people in the metro area. And even if you assume on the low end a third of them vote Republican, that's still millions of people. And it's larger than many states. So yes, are we as a percentage, not a majority, of course, but there are pockets in this city where we are in the 70s, and there are pockets where we still exist in high numbers. And I think people forget that, but it just goes to show the scale of the city and the metro area. And there are still a lot of Republicans here that want to be activated and want to have their voices be heard.
Give us all the socials for some people, our viewers right now, to follow you guys. And if they live in the state, they live in the city, how can they get involved?
Absolutely. So you can check out our website, nyyrc.com, and you can find us on social at NYYRC. That's on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything. And you can join if you live in the metropolitan area, you work or study in the city or commute here, whatever. $75 a year. We'd be happy to have you. We have great events, great socials. We just had an event about 2 weeks ago with Roger Stone in Little Italy. We had about 300 people there. He made a martini, the Nixon martini for everyone. It got a lot of press. It got a lot of great acclaim, and we're going to do a lot of fun events like that, in addition to coming out here and exercising our First Amendment rights.
Thanks for your time today. Appreciate it.
So much.
Thank you, Gavin. Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too. Let me step aside here and.
I'm so sorry. It's like a madhouse.
All right, let's see. All right, we are live here in Lower Manhattan. We're going to toss to a quick commercial timeout. We'll be back here live with some more interviews. Perhaps I'll even talk to the screamer over there one more time as we're live here in New York. We'll be right back.
Right Side Broadcasting is known for panning the crowds, showing the packed arenas, and allowing you to see the truth. We've covered hundreds of rallies, briefings, marches, CPAC, and the historic overturning of Roe v. Wade. Right Side Broadcasting was created in 2015 by our founder, Joe Seals, creating a unique broadcasting experience that allows you to make your own decision rather than force-feeding you an agenda. We don't cut or edit people's words or twist them to fit a particular point of view. We allow our correspondents to be open about their opinions while maintaining journalistic integrity. Right Side Broadcasting wants to continue our legacy with help from people just like you. Your donations and support allow us to continue to be the gold standard in live, unedited event coverage. Help our cause by sharing our broadcasts, subscribing on our social media platforms, and supporting us on our locals community. Your monthly or one-time contributions on our website are crucial in our fight for the truth. Thank you for all of your generous support.
Welcome to the My Pillow 2.0 commercial. Miss Makeup.
Well, you look good.
And action. You're sleeping even better. We've got the best pillow ever. My Pillow 2.0.
He's a great name for it,
Huh?
Good. Cut. We got it.
Welcome to the set of the My Pillow 2.0, the most amazing pillow in history. That new technology is still the My Pillow's patented fill, but now we have new technology we didn't have back when I invented My Pillow that's going to help you sleep. It's absolutely amazing, and you're the first ones that can check it out. Go to mypillow.com, use the promo code on your screen, and we brought back the buy one, get one free.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit mypillow.com.
All right, we're back out here live in Lower Manhattan, New York. We've just wrapped up a press conference with the New York Young Republicans Club. We'll get back to some of the interviews, but we want to thank one of our partners for today. And, you know, when you look at the financial situation of our economy and what's going on, especially in the banking industry with the Silicon Valley Bank collapse there, protecting your retirement has become more important than ever. And that's why our friends over at American Heart for Gold have a very special offer for you. You can simply text the words RSBN to 65532. That's 65532 RSBN to get a free information kit about investing in precious metals, gold, silver. Historically, these types of investments have been a very safe place to put your money. Now, over the last 30 to 45 days, we have seen an explosion in this market because of what's going on in the markets, and especially post the Silicon Valley collapse. This is more important than ever to do this. They want to send you a free information kit. All you have to do is text the words RSBN to 65532. Get the free information kit, and you know what? They're even going to offer you a free gold coin with qualifying purchase. Our friends over at American Heart for Gold, we're very thankful for them partnering us up for today's broadcast as we cover all things President Trump down here in regards to what's going on with the court system. So thank our friends over at American Heart for Gold. Go check them out. Text the words RSBN to 65532. That is American Heart for Gold. Okay, we're going to swing this back around. We are going to, go into some more interviews. We're trying to find some supporters because I think it's important that we find out why people are here. Now, I will say this. I am surprised at the low turnout from supporters in terms of, I thought there'd be a little bit more Trump supporters here than they were. I feel like there's more media here than anybody. But we'll see if we can't go over here and talk to some people and just follow. How you doing? See if we can find, let's go up here on this interview here. Mike. What's going on? Hey, good. We're live on the air. Good to see you. Just want to get your take on what we just witnessed, the press conference and just the turnout, and especially what's going on inside that building.
Yeah, well, my take is this. New York used to be the city of rebellion against government and against state overreach and against the man and the corporate class. And now you've got the young Republicans protesting the man and the corporate class and the state in New York City. So I think New Yorkers need to put that in their pipe and smoke it and realize what's going on around them and start thinking that maybe actually control being in the hands of the corporate class, whether it's on the left or on the right, is probably not a good idea. And so I think looking at what these guys are standing for today, especially against, where the money is coming from that backs these DAs and backs these things, I think a lot of people are going to think very carefully about what's going on here.
Isn't it crazy how the roles have reversed? The Democrats have always been like the party that anti-war. It seems like they want peace, and now it seems like things have changed. It seems like Republicans, you and I, are the ones like, wait a minute, we don't want another endless war, but yet the Democrats want to continue having a war in Ukraine. But what's your thoughts on that as well?
Well, look, I think a lot of people on the right rightly feel a certain amount of guilt about Iraq and Afghanistan and the forever wars. Remember, we were the side, and he would still say are the side of people like John Bolton. And I've met John Bolton, and I know John Bolton, and John Bolton's a very nice guy, but I wouldn't trust John Bolton to run a bath for me, let alone an international conflict, or take you into more. And I think a lot of people on the right are correcting now, whereas the left haven't had that for a very long time. They're starting to feel it now, and a lot of people were disenfranchised immediately after Obama didn't do the drawdown in Afghanistan and so on and so forth. But I think now is the inflection point, and we're living through that, and that's what this is. Right? Again, you can't stress it enough. The roles are totally reversed. It's that scene in The Simpsons where they're picketing outside the nuclear plant.
What's your gut feeling is going to happen when this all unfolds? I know that no one has a crystal ball here. We don't know what day. We don't know if anything's going to happen. What's your gut telling you right now?
Well, my gut is telling me that Ron DeSantis has peaked in the polls. I think his missteps this weekend are certainly an interesting focal point of the campaign as it goes forward. But I think it also says this, right? It's very evident that Donald Trump is the man going forward. He's the oxygen in every room here, politically. When you talk about the legal elements of it, I got to tell you, I don't have any moles in that office, not yet anyway. Still working on it, so I don't know, when the trigger is going to get pulled on all of that. What I can say to that, to all of it, is this: it empowers Trump in a massive way. It really does. It really does. It energizes. But people have come here from all over. I've come in from D.C.
I was just going to say, I didn't think you lived here. I knew, because I've seen you before in D.C., but what is it? And we talked about this earlier, and there's more conservatives in New York City than we ever thought. They're just afraid to come out because of guys like that were yelling at earlier. I mean, you walk down the street with a MAGA hat, there's a chance that you might get assaulted. But we can save New York City, I think. It's just going to take maybe more of you and I coming out here and being vocal about it, just like the Young Republican Club. And I saw you speak at their banquet a few months ago. It takes good chapters like this and a city like this to turn it.
Right, and it takes actually doing something that isn't just politics, right? A lot of people don't want to just get involved in the political side. There are cultural sides, there are historical sides. You know, the club has very many different parts of it. They have Halloween parties and Christmas parties, but then they also have policy discussions, but then they also have just like club nights, you know, and it's things like that that draw people in. It's worked here massively. When Gavin and the gang took over this club 3 years ago, it had 80 paying members. It now has over 1,100 paying members, and it's growing, right? It's still growing. So, it can be done.
How can people stay in touch with you? Because I think you're the tip of a spear on a lot of different topics. I follow you. I think that you're one of the most intelligent voices in the conservative movement. How can people follow you, the things that you're covering right now, and to really be informed? Because you and I both know information, and when they say information is power, it really is.
Yeah, I appreciate it. RaheemKassam.com. That's all my work, my Substack. That's my name on every social media channel. And I just actually put out a podcast about this stuff today. So you can find that, you know, wherever you get good podcasts.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So
the guy yelling, it doesn't surprise you that you had one knucklehead back there, you know, saying F Trump for 20 minutes.
He's a known homeless person that lives in this park, apparently. So, you know, it's and the media will all show that on television tonight, right? As like, oh, Republicans get counter-demonstrate and so forth. They won't tell people it's a regular homeless guy that lives in the park who would scream, you know, bloody murder at Elizabeth Warren if she was standing here, right? But they'll never tell you that.
They'll never tell you that. If you take him away, there's really no other counter-protest here. If you just take him out of the equation.
And I think that's interesting, you know, because this was thrown together quite quickly.
Okay, what's your thoughts on what's going on in Trump Tower? There's a lot of Trump supporters that are in the city right now. Do you anticipate that movement or that presence being stronger tomorrow?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think this goes on until we have some level of certitude about what is actually taking place here. I think people are starting to put their shoulder to the wheel and they're not going to take it off. Why should they? This is kind of the last roll of the dice for a lot of people, remember. They've seen their country get whittled away from them for decades now. They're thinking about their grandkids at this point, not just their kids. They're thinking about their grandkids. This is the last roll of the dice. Are you going to hand over the world to the globalists, or are you going to do something about it? Most people, I think, will opt for action.
Yeah. Raheem Kassam, thank you so much, man. Glad to finally be able to do this in person. I appreciate it. As we're live here in Lower Manhattan, and go follow him on social media because he is really a beacon of truth. He does a lot of deep dives in various subjects, so go follow him as well. Okay, so just to kind of set the scene, if you're just now joining us, behind us there is the courthouse, and that's where a lot of the discussion, a lot of the jury that has been meeting in regards to going over all of the evidence of any wrongdoing. Now, we kind of recap a little bit about what this is all about. It is about a payment made while he was a candidate running for president, a payment made to Stormy Daniels. Now, that payment initially was made by Michael Cohen and then later reimbursed to Cohen from President Trump, or that time candidate Trump, his own personal money. It wasn't campaign money at all. It was his personal money given to Michael Cohen to reimburse him for that. And that's what they're going after right now. Now, if you want to go back and see some of the other examples of actual campaign finance violations, you don't have to go that much further back than under President Bill Clinton, when $850,000 was given to Paula Jones in that case to kind of get her to go away and be silent. And of course, back in 2013, Barack Obama was also fined for hiding donations from his campaign. It made a quick blip in the news, and that was about it. So what they're doing today is unprecedented from a legal standpoint and also from a political standpoint, because what this would do essentially is open the Pandora's box to even more political persecution and the weaponization of the DOJ, the weaponization of the FBI, all in effort to basically, counteract any kind of political opponent. And so, unfortunately, that is the meaning behind all of this. This is, and we heard it earlier in this press conference, they are scared that former President Donald J. Trump has so much momentum going into the 2024 election that, in fact, he could, with the groundswell of support, obviously, if the if the primary is held tomorrow, I think he is your nominee for the Republican Party. And I think the Democrats, quite honestly, are a little scared of that because of the destructive policies from the Biden administration over the last 2+ years. So we've seen that. All right, so let's kind of pan the crowd, kind of show you what's going on. We're glad that you're here on this Monday night in New York City. We wasn't quite sure what we were going to come across here, as you know, it is I wouldn't consider this necessarily Trump country, but it is definitely a lot of conservatives in this particular area. And we're glad that the New York Young Republicans have come out for this to show support of former President Donald J. Trump in this unjustful persecution going on to try to somehow, put him behind bars and put another mark on his legacy, because we can go over a laundry list of things that he has done for this country, and of course he is continues to be one of the most popular presidents in our modern day history. And to go over kind of this is more of a persecution, not a prosecution, since President Trump was even sworn in. The radical left and Democrats have attacked him not only with the Russia, but with the Mueller hoax, the Ukraine, the impeachment hoax 1, the impeachment hoax number 2, and of course the illegal Mar-a-Lago raid. And now this is just now the New York DA's office has chose their target first and has been hunting for a crime. That's what they wanted to do here, folks. They wanted to basically hunt for any type of crime that they can charge President Trump with. Now, if you want to look at, the election interference here, the radical left Democrats of the New York City DA, Alvin Bragg, was a leading, blatant, unconstitutionally attempt to interfere with a federal election by attempting to persecute President Trump. Now, we've heard people criticize Alvin Bragg for not cracking down on crime and being more, his focus is more about this, but he's got this pretty much a financial support from George Soros. Back in his last election, he actually ran under the premise of locking up the former president, and was actually given $1 million from George Soros at that point. Now, if you want to look at overall crime here in New York City, is up by a whopping 22% from year to year. Punctuated by sharp increase in robbery, burglary, and larceny. And of course, Bragg has been routinely criticized for not wanting to prosecute a lot of these crimes here in the city, and also just really letting some of these criminals with the no bail situation go in and out. So, this is unprecedented times. This would be the first time ever, and it sets a terrible precedent on what's not just about our system right now, and it will be probably irreversible chain or legal events that would tear apart our justice systems. And if a Democrat DA can target a political foe, so can a Republican DA. This is something we do not want to get into right now. Now, legal scholars on both sides agree that this type of nature of violation of federal campaign laws, and that no violation at all was ever, taken place. So these allegations are all in question, and we definitely want to make sure that this political persecution does not happen anymore. Okay, we're going to see if we can talk to... Can I talk to you for a few minutes? We're live on the air. We're so glad that you're out here.
Yeah,
voicing your opinion. We're so glad you're out here today. It means a lot, I know, to our viewers. It means a lot to our supporters of President Trump that you're here, very vocal with your signs. Now, let's talk about what a slippery slope it is right now in our country as far as going to a communist China, because that's kind of the way we're going, but a lot of people don't see that right now.
Yes, that's what we are worried, because we came from communist China. We know what it is, how evil it is. But unfortunately, so many Americans still didn't wake up. So a lot of Chinese are answering God's call to stand up. Like me, we were chickens. We were, we used not to be interested in politics at all. And we just bury our head to make money. And all of a sudden we realized.
And what was it that woke you up then? politically?
Because we saw the fake news. During the Trump administration, that 4 years, we saw how evil, how bad this country, the media, they were.
Give me an example. Give me an example. Give me an example of a story that you saw that you said that's not true. That's not completely factual. Do you remember?
Recently, I went to CPAC. The CPAC was packed, but before Trump come, some empty seats, and then the media, the mainstream media, and they took the picture of the empty seats. They said, "Look, this year the CPAC is not crowded. Is going down." So, and we were laughing because I was a volunteer there on that day. So crowded, but during the break or before Trump came, some places are empty. That's okay,
Let's talk about the Russia, and how the media pushed that for so long, and then of course that was all debunked, and we were all called conspiracy theories, all right, for that stuff.
See, all the conspiracy became truth because look. They did everything to Trump, Russia, and then Ukraine gate, and then impeachment, hoax, yes, and all failed. Now they made up this. This is a case which was over 6 years ago, and even that lady, what's her name? She herself even said, I had no relationship with Trump. Even herself admitted. So why this district attorney doing this? And he is not doing his job. His job is to persecute those criminals. And our crime rate is so high, he ignored that, and he focused on persecuting Trump, which is so evil.
Yeah. Now I know you've been to several rallies. I'm assuming, right?
Yes, yeah. I went to many Trump rally. I saw you guys all the time, and you did a good job. I also saw Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon.
In your opinion, what's some of the worst things that has happened to this country under Joe Biden?
Under Joe Biden, too many things. Open border. People just, no border, no country. Any country has a border. Why not the United States, the greatest country? And, no border. And also, they cut off the gas line,
Nord Stream pipeline.
Yes, I know. And the crime rate is high. They encourage... they play the race card. We don't like. Political correctness is
the wokeness of our culture, right?
Critical race theory, which is so. I don't love
that. How long have you been in this country?
20 years.
Yeah, and what is this country giving back to you as an immigrant here?
I did this because I want to do something for this country. I'm very grateful to this country. That's why I am doing something to save this country as part of the Saving America. I want to tell the truth, to wake up people, especially those people who hate Trump. Trump doesn't have to be a president. He doesn't want to. He didn't want to 30 years ago.
It feels like he has to now.
He has to because... he cannot be bought. Those politicians on both sides can be bought. He's the only one who cannot be bought. That's why we love him.
Yeah, we love you as well. Thank you so much. It's always nice seeing you and talking to you. I appreciate it.
For doing a good job and telling the truth. We need more conservative media like you.
I appreciate that very much. Thank you. We got guys that displayed a flag behind us. See if we can't get a shot of that, and then we'll... We can't get around there the other side. I will warn you, I believe it does have some profanity on it, but at this point, maybe we'll just show a shot of that real quickly. But this is, maybe... And I've been told this, that perhaps when the sun goes down here, this area could potentially be a target for any type of violence coming from some kind of radicalized hate group. So I just want to keep that in mind, as that I know that during our moderation some of the people in the chats were talking about why this was starting so late tonight. We're glad you're joining us. We also want to remind everybody that you can go to our website, rsbnetwork.com. That's rsbnetwork.com, and find out all that's going on with this network as we go into the rally season. You can also sign up for our newsletter there as well. It's really easy to do. We're going to put in just a couple bullet points, information about yourself. We're going to email you a newsletter on demand, and literally as the news develops, we'll push it out to you. You can also follow us on all of our social media platforms as well. You can follow me. I'll be here in New York trying to make my rounds around these areas, try to throw up as much information as I can. You can follow me on Truth Social, at Brian on Truth Social, and at Brian Glenn across the other platforms. You can also follow Right Side, obviously, across the board as well. But we want to remind everybody, though, this is a very volatile situation here in New York City, and so there's no one has a crystal ball as far as what will this whole thing turn out and what will be the end result of this unfair prosecution towards former President Donald J. Trump. Now, I also want to remind everybody you can also go to our website and you can donate as well. rsbnetwork.com/donate. rsbnetwork.com/donate. We've got great partners like American Heart for Gold tonight and the free Trump box people. We love those. We also love you, our viewer, as well. So you can go to our website, rsbnetwork.com/donate, and feel free to donate for that as well. But stay tuned. Also, coming up on Saturday, we'll be live in Waco, Texas for the first official campaign rally for the 2024 presidential run. We'll be there live. We've got Christina Bobb joining us. We've got Liz Willis. We're also working on a very special guest, special co-hosts there for that rally. We'll keep you updated. As soon as that is announced and confirmed, you'll be the first person to know. But join us on Saturday in Waco, Texas for President Trump's rally there. Now, Waco is a very interesting market. It's central Texas, so I think you can not only draw from the Waco area, but you're going to draw up from the south from Austin, from the southwest of San Antonio, the north in Dallas, and the east in Houston. So I think geographically speaking, this rally has potential to be massive, especially post all of the events going on right now. And this... Okay. All right. Well, let's see if we can't kind of pan the crowd real quick. The crowd has thinned out a little bit. We still have some supporters out here, a lot of media as well. Hey, we're going to take a quick commercial timeout. We are live here in Lower Manhattan, New York. A few minutes, we'll come right back.
Welcome to the My Pillow 2.0 commercial. Miss Makeup.
Well, you look good.
And action.
You're sleeping even better. We've got the best pillow ever. My Pillow 2.0.
He's a great intro,
huh?
Good. Cut. We got it.
Welcome to the set of the My Pillow 2.0, the most amazing pillow in history. That new technology, you still have the My Pillow's patented fill, but now we have new technology we didn't have back when I invented My Pillow that's going to help you sleep. It's absolutely amazing, and you're the first ones that can check it out. Go to mypillow.com, use the promo code on your screen, and we brought back the buy one, get one free.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit mypillow.com.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and due to your incredible support, the original My Slippers are almost completely sold out. As a special thank you, I am launching my brand new all-season slippers, slides, and sandals for as low as $29.98. This is a limited time offer, so go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code, and you'll get all my new footwear for as low as $29.98. My all-season slippers are made with my exclusive 4-layer design that you won't find in any other slipper. They're finished with a breathable fabric so you can wear them all year round. And my new slides and sandals are made with patented impact gel, making them ultra comfortable and extremely durable. I guarantee they'll be the most comfortable footwear you'll ever own. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen now to get your very own all-season slippers, slides, and sandals for as low as $29.98 with your promo code. This is an introductory offer and it won't last long, so order now.
Okay, we're back here live in Lower Manhattan, New York. We just wrapped up a press conference from the New York Young Republicans Club behind us. Before we get back to some interviews, and we're going to walk around and show you the courthouse, things like that, I want to talk about a kind of a fun new partner we have for today's broadcast, freetrumpbox.com. Now, what is a free Trump box? Well, a Trump box is a mystery box of goods. It could be a hat, could be a keychain, could be a flag, could be a T-shirt. So if you got someone in your life that is a Trump supporter and you want to surprise them, this makes an excellent gift. And let me tell you the details on this. Every time we talk about this company, it sells out. So I'm just going to tell you right now, if you're hearing this for the first time, you might want to go to the website, freetrumpbox.com. Now, it's absolutely free. That's right. All you pay is a small shipping and handling fee to get this stuff shipped to your house. It's kind of a mystery of what you get. It's kind of a surprise, which is nice, but it's also going to be something that if you have a collector in your life of any kind of stuff, it is perfect for that. So go to freetrumpbox.com, freetrumpbox.com, and sign up for that. And of course, like I said, the last time they did this with us, they sold out. And they missed out on so a lot of people probably missed out on some stuff. So go to the website and check it out, freetrumpbox.com, and they are a proud sponsor of tonight's broadcast. So go check it out. Mystery box. Who doesn't like a mystery box? Okay, let me step aside. Take a look behind me. We've got a few people still here from the New York Young Republicans Club. Of course, a lot of spectators, a lot of people who just simply walked by on the way to wherever today and have come across everyone here. The big building behind everybody, that is the federal courthouse there. There is some construction now. I saw some video online where they were basically setting up some security barriers. I have not seen that on this side. I think that might be on the other side. So I know the security is in place around the courthouse fish. I was just talking about, I saw some video on social media of people unloading racks to kind of put around there. I haven't seen that here. There is construction fence, but I haven't seen any kind of security fence. But what is your expectations for this area as we move closer to potentially a verdict?
Well, I think that as we get closer and we know for sure, whether or not the district attorney here is going to make a move on President Trump, once that's really solidified, I think that's the spark hitting the powder keg, and nobody wants to see that happen, which is why we organized this today.
I love the question that someone asked you whether or not, or I think they asked Gavin about would you protest tomorrow or the following day, and his answer was no, because if a verdict was to come out tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, I think adding a rally, support rally, it kind of gets in the way of law enforcement and could potentially be something that none of us want to see. So I think it was very smart to do this today.
Absolutely. I think that there was a grand meta-narrative for people to do something on Tuesday, and that's exactly what we didn't want to buy into. We wanted to do it on our terms, on our clock here in New York City. This is our town. We know better than anyone what's actually going to work here, what isn't, and we worked with the NYPD. We did everything right by the book, and look, we had a peaceful protest.
Yeah, I mean, really, I'm really surprised, actually. I said this earlier, that there wasn't more protesters out here, but I think you've got a good police presence, and like you said, it's peaceful, and I had somebody comment behind me when that guy was yelling at everybody and said, look, the one thing they love about conservatives is that we allow free speech. I've walked with the worst of the worst in this country and have kept a level head because I just know if they want to voice their opinion, they can do that. But if you were to take this, just flip the script for a second, if you would have taken a conservative, somebody over here, yelling and screaming, I guarantee you they would probably would have reacted very kind of negatively.
Well, I think that it's just a microcosm of the larger issues that you see in the country, where the left is just out to censor people and make sure that certain ideas don't ever reach the marketplace of ideas. And when you come to protests, if you go to a protest to let your voice be heard at a leftist or Democrat protest, they might not be as kind as we were today to the people protesting us, and we're fine with that. We want the marketplace of ideas filled with everybody's ideas, and that includes the ones that we don't agree with.
Yeah, we did a Trump flag-waving march. I don't know if you want to call it a march that would start at Trump Tower, and it went all the way to Times Square. Now, what was interesting about it is it was surrounded by police. They had a lot of police presence there, but they also had a lot of bad apples. A lot of people were there trying to instigate stuff, and it finally ended towards Times Square. I'm sorry, towards Times Square, and it did end in some violence, and so we don't want to see that happen today. But it is very interesting how the police of New York City, I will say this, there's a big presence here, and you kind of feel it. You feel safe in a way that nothing is going to happen.
Right. We look, the NYPD is our finest, and they not only did they have a massive presence here, but they actively worked with us and coordinated with us to make sure that everybody got in here safe, everybody got to protest here safely. They helped us kind of make sure that we, congregated everyone in a way that wasn't going to be intrusive to the locals here or, any passersby or anything. And look, when you work with the police and you work with your locals, you work with everybody, you can have a peaceful protest. And that's exactly what we wanted to show today that we could do right here in Manhattan, so those folks at home know that it's okay to protest. It's okay as a conservative to go out there and let your voice be heard, and don't let people's projections about the evil that they want to see stop you from doing the good that you want to do.
There you go, Vish. Thank you so much. We're going to walk around a little bit here and wrap it up here shortly. And I want to give people an idea of what a beautiful night it is here in New York City, and different opinions can all come together in a peaceful way for dialogue. Even though I will say this, the gentleman earlier that dropped the F-bomb about 100 times, he was not. I would say he's peaceful. He wasn't getting physical, but he definitely was boisterous. And by the way, I don't see him here now because most of the cameras are turned off. So now he is gone. I am in full agreement that guy was probably some type of paid actor to come out here and just scream vulgarities to everyone. Okay, I do want to walk around this way if we could. And before we wrap up our broadcast, I do want to kind of show this area. If you are in this New York City area and you plan on coming out to show your support, I'll give you an idea. I'll give you an idea of exactly what this area looks like and what to expect as we make our way down here. But like you said earlier, we've heard this time and time again. This is a relatively safe area. There's a of course, the media will show this. Earlier, when I came out here earlier, this is kind of Media Row here. It's a nice little area that is set up for any kind of press conferences. And of course, across the street is a part of this federal courthouse. And it was earlier, they had a sizable media presence there as well for any potential news press conference. If you follow me on social media, you might have seen my post set up for that. There was no press conference today, so that did not happen. So I did not miss out on anything there. But I will say this, though. We probably had about 30 different media outlets gather at the steps of this courthouse waiting for someone. Well, we had two activists come up. And if you go to my socials, you can see that at Brian Glenn TV on Twitter and Instagram. They continuously holding up signs and saying how Trump was a white supremacist and he was a misogynist and he was this and that. And I kind of dared to challenge her on a lot of these talking points that the left loves to push out in terms of telling you why you should hate President Trump. Hey, before you go, we're live on the air. I want to just talk to you real briefly. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, we'll try. We could probably do that. Hey, well, I just want to thank you because we kicked off this broadcast right here on the sidewalk, and that's when the guy got behind me, started dropping F-bomb after F-bomb. You jumped in, and I'm glad you did because it got the dialogue started with this guy. And clearly, now that the cameras are mostly off, he's gone.
Yeah, so what you guys didn't see is that he ended up calming down and he ended up talking to a Trump supporter, which is a young lady. So they ended up having a good civil conversation. He ended up calming down. He might have been just a little intoxicated, who knows, but he was dropping F-bombs. But that's why I love conservatives so much. I've never been a conservative, but I love conservatives because they just don't care. They laughed it off.
I actually quoted you earlier. I said I talked to a gentleman and he said that. I heard you say that on your streaming there, and it's true. because we let you voice your opinion. We're not going to shut you down. We may not agree with you, but we're not going to shut you down.
Yeah, it's like the total opposite of what happened with Charlie Kirk at UC Davis, where they knew that he was going to come. They knew that he was going to come to. There you go. They knew that he was going to come and talk, and then they broke windows. They did everything. Today is just the total opposite out here. It's nothing but love and a bunch of civil people. And I feel like people like me, people like you coming out is the best thing that could happen, because we're able to tell the difference between somebody that supports Trump and somebody that's there to antagonize.
Yeah, I was at the rally in Iowa, the speech he had last week, and there was a guy that walked behind me. If you go to my Twitter, at Brian Glenn TV, you can find that. He walked behind me, and he screamed, grab him by the, and fill in the blank, right? And you and I both know that Trump supporters don't talk like that. They would not walk in public and say that out loud in front of families and kids. So I thought to myself, that guy is an instigator. He's only there to kind of stir things up a little bit, because you and I both know, why would you scream out a Democrat talking point?
Like I said, man, like especially coming into 2024, when you go to these rallies, when you do all these events, just be on the lookout, because the media, especially mainstream liberal media, they want that. That's what they wanted out here today. They wanted that guy to go scream. They want that video. They want that tape of people being rude, so that way they can label, oh, look what happened at a Trump rally. Some guy was screaming, some guy was going crazy. I don't like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm from the Bronx, New York. I hear people going crazy all the time. I'm used to this, but that's not a Trump supporter doing that. That's just somebody that doesn't agree with us or doesn't agree with what's going on. And I think
a lot of people that agree with Hakeem Jeffries. What's your pulse on him? Do you see a lot of supporters for him? And of course AOC, and you got the squad. I mean, this is their territory.
You know, I live in what we call blue city, blue state. You know what I'm saying? This is just. It's wild, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of people always try to call me out because I'm from the Bronx, New York. I'm a minority, so I'm already expected to be a Democrat. I'm expected to vote blue no matter who. And, you know, recently we go through this journey together, you know what I'm saying, and of finding the truth, man, and I feel like I'm just a natural conservative. I'm just a conservative person. I don't like what they like, and that's cool, and I don't mind that, but the expectations that Hakeem Jeffries, AOC, and everybody in New York, all the senators, everybody that's here, they just have this expectation of minorities. Oh, hey, no, you got to vote for us. If you don't vote for us, you ain't black. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's one of the craziest things a president could say. I think that right there within itself is by far worse than anything Trump has ever said.
I agree. Do you know me? The way I look at that, I don't care what your skin color is or your gender. I just want where your mind's at, your heart's at, and your principles are at. And you can fill in a blank for a leader. It doesn't matter to me. It's all about principle.
Brian, last words. I just want to say to anybody watching, right? I'm 26 years old. If you're a minority or whoever you are, wherever you come from, do not let people think for you. Become an independent thinker. Is the best thing you could possibly do for yourself and your family. Invest in learning. It's the best thing you could do. It's free, guys. Go on YouTube University. Go find Right Side. Go find Charlie
PragerU is good too.
PragerU, whoever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that you want to do, you go do it for yourself. Do not let anybody tell you how to vote just because of your skin color. It's the character of your skin, it's the character of who you are, not the skin color. Remember that.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, man, you're great, man. I hope I
kind of messed up that last.
That's okay. We know what you meant, and we hope to see you soon out here.
Everybody.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Hey, how can people follow you, by the way?
Lou Valentino. I'm on live right now. Some of you guys probably already know who I am, but if you're new to this, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe on my channel.
I love it.
Lou Valentino.
Lou Valentino. I'm gonna do that as soon as our broadcast is over. I love it. We need people like him because he is speaking the truth there, and it's true when it comes to the conservative voice. We have no boxes that we try to check. If you love this country, you want to help preserve the values of this country, that's what we're all about. So it's more of America first. So I'm going to back aside, show the courthouse. And we're going to take we'll be able to end this real quickly, but we do want to remind everybody to support our partners for today. American Heart for Gold has been an outstanding partner for today's broadcast. And when you look at the economy, you look at the global markets, when you look at what's going on, especially with the Silicon Valley Bank situation, it is downright scary. We want you to make sure that your 401k and your savings are secured. And our friends at American Heart for Gold want to help you do just that. All you have to do is text the words RSPN, the information, is on your screen. They're going to send you a free information kit. It is no obligation to this at all. Matter of fact, if you do go forward and secure your investment in gold, silver, and precious metals, they're going to perhaps send you a free gold coin with qualifying purchases. So go check out our friends over at American Heart for Gold and secure your financial future. And of course, gold has historically been an outperformer as far as making sure it's a safe place to put your money. So make sure tonight we celebrate our friends over and we support them over at American Heart for Gold as they are stepped up to plate to help us. All right, so we've got some media to the side. We still got a few people off behind us. Don't really know. It looks like everyone has pretty much dispersed. We want to remind everybody to stay tuned to all of our social media handles as this develops here in New York City. We might be live tomorrow. I don't know exactly. We'll keep an eye on what's going on in the news, but we will be live on Saturday in Waco, Texas for President Trump's first official rally of 2024 presidential run. I think it's going to be a huge rally. I think it's going to probably break records, not only in attendance, but viewership here on Right Side. So we appreciate you guys tuning in for that. I'll be live there with Christina Bobb and Liz Willis, and we potentially have a very special guest for that night as well. We will confirm all of that. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media platforms. You can follow me at Brian Glenn TV, at Brian Glenn TV, on Truth Social, at Brian BRIAN. Make sure you also subscribe to our newsletter. Make sure you donate there on our website as well. It's very important that we keep going and keep really fighting for conservative values, even in the heart of New York City. Well, I'll step away and maybe kind of look at some of these beautiful shots of the buildings there. It's really beautiful. Until next time, I want to make sure you guys take advantage of that free Trump box. Take advantage of the free Trump box. If you have people in your life that are big Trump supporters, they love getting t-shirts, flags, hats, things like that, you need to go do this. freetrumpbox.com. And folks, it's absolutely free. All you need to pay is a small shipping and handling, and that gear is yours. It's a mystery box. There's nothing more exciting than getting this in the mail and opening up and going, wow, look what I just got. So go sign up for it right now. Every time we do a broadcast, these things sell out. So go to freetrumpbox.com, freetrumpbox.com, pay just a small shipping and handling fee, and it will be sorted out to you, shipped to your home. What a great way to say, I support President Trump, and I support Right Side Broadcasting Network. All right, take a look at the shot of the downtown. We'll be out here live. Don't forget to follow us as we are continuing to monitor this situation. Until next time, goodbye. God bless from Lower Manhattan, New York. We'll see you next time.
Right Side Broadcasting is known for panning the crowds, showing the packed arenas, and allowing you to see the truth. We've covered hundreds of rallies, briefings, marches, CPAC, and the historic overturning of Roe v. Wade. Right Side Broadcasting was created in 2015 by our founder, Joe Seals, creating a unique broadcasting experience that allows you to make your own decision rather than force-feeding you an agenda. We don't cut or edit people's words or twist them to fit a particular point of view. We allow our correspondents to be open about their opinions while maintaining journalistic integrity. Right Side Broadcasting wants to continue our legacy with help from people just like you. Your donations and support allow us to continue to be the gold standard in live, unedited event coverage. Help our cause by sharing our broadcasts, subscribing on our social media platforms, and supporting us on our locals community. Your monthly or one-time contributions on our website are crucial in our fight for the truth. Thank you for all of your generous support.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We are a nation in decline.
Chúng ta là một quốc gia đang suy tàn. Chúng ta là một quốc gia thất bại. Chúng ta là quốc gia có mức lạm phát cao nhất trong hơn 40 năm, nơi thị trường chứng khoán vừa kết thúc nửa đầu năm tồi tệ nhất trong hơn 5 thập kỷ. Chúng ta là quốc gia có chi phí năng lượng cao nhất trong lịch sử. Chúng ta đang không còn năng lượng độc lập hoặc năng lượng chi phối mà chúng ta chỉ có mới 2 năm trước đây. Chúng ta là một quốc gia đang cầu xin đất nước Venezuela và Ả Rập Saudi bán dầu cho. Chúng ta là một quốc gia đã đầu hàng Afghanistan, bỏ lại những binh lính và công dân Mỹ thiệt mạng cùng với những thiết bị quân sự tốt nhất trị giá 85 USD. Chúng ta là một quốc gia đã cho phép Nga tàn phá đất nước Ukraine, giết chết hàng trăm nghìn người, và mọi chuyện sẽ chỉ trở nên tồi tệ hơn mà thôi. Chúng ta là quốc gia đã vũ khí hóa việc thực thi pháp luật chống lại đảng chính trị đối lập. Trước đây chưa bao giờ chúng ta thấy bất cứ điều gì xảy ra như thế này cả. Chúng ta không còn là một quốc gia có báo chí tự do và công bằng, nơi tin tức giả những gì bạn nhận được. Chúng ta là quốc gia không còn được phép tự do ngôn luận, nơi tội phạm hoành hành hơn bao giờ hết, nơi nền kinh tế đang sụp đổ trước thiên hạ. Nhưng chúng ta sẽ sớm có được sự vĩ đại trở lại. Chính những người yêu nước cần cù như các bạn đã xây dựng đất nước này, và chính những người yêu nước cần cù như các bạn sẽ ra tay cứu lấy đất nước của chúng ta. Không có ngọn núi nào mà chúng ta không thể leo lên. Không có cái hội nghị thượng đỉnh nào mà chúng ta không thể đến được. Không có thách thức nào mà chúng ta không thể đáp ứng được. Không có chiến thắng nào mà chúng ta không thể có. Chúng ta sẽ không bị uốn cong. Chúng ta sẽ không bị phá vỡ. Chúng ta sẽ không nhượng bộ mãi mãi và mãi mãi. Chúng ta sẽ không bao giờ nhượng bộ. Chúng ta sẽ không bao giờ bỏ cuộc. Và chúng ta sẽ không bao giờ lùi bước. Chúng tôi sẽ không bao giờ làm cho các bạn thất vọng đâu. Miễn là chúng ta tự tin và đoàn kết lại với nhau, những tên bạo chúa mà chúng ta đang chiến đấu sẽ không đứng vững dù chỉ là một chút cơ hội. Bởi vì chúng ta là người Mỹ, và người Mỹ chỉ quỳ lại Thiên Chúa và chỉ một mình Thiên Chúa mà thôi. Và đã đến lúc chúng ta nói về sự vĩ đại đối với đất nước chúng ta một lần nữa. Điều tốt đẹp nhất vẫn chưa đến. The best is yet to come.
Mảnh suối trên non đã về sông An Bình, về đây chung sức dựng xây đất nước này.
Vượt những gian nan ta đền ơn nước Mỹ, niềm tin trong mắt và chân lý trong tim. Xiềng xích trên thân cho ta sức mạnh, họ sẽ tâm tư đụng thêm can trường. Mặc những dối gian những ai phù phàng, mặc cơn giông tố vẫn cười. Maga, 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 kề sát vai nhau trung thành với lý tưởng. Dù ai ganh ghét, dù ai có căm thù,
về
trở lại, từ nay mãi mãi có nhau. Maga, 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 Maga.
Mạch suối trên non đã về sông an bình, về đây chung sức dựng xây đất nước này. Vượt những gian nan ta đền ơn nước Mỹ, niềm tin trong mắt và chân lý trong tim. Xiềng xích trên thân cho ta sức mạnh, họ sẽ tâm tư nung thêm can trường. Mặc những dối gian những ai phũ phàng, mặc cơn giông tố vẫn tươi. Maga, 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 Maga.
Kề sát vai nhau trung thành với lý tưởng, dù ai ganh ghét dù ai có căm thù,
để giữ công bằng luôn bảo vệ hiến pháp. Tự do nhân ai tình thương hãy vươn lên,
rồi cũng qua đi cơn đau ê chề cùng nhau.
The mountain streams to river in peace. We come to build this lovely country. We wish to thank the America, faith in our eyes and truth in our heart.
Chains on our bodies give us more strength.
My suffering makes more courage. Despite the lies those who betray, forget the storm smiling. Maga, 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 Maga. We side by side legalize the ideal. Whoever cheats and whoever hates, we swear to protect the Constitution, freedom, mercy, and love rising up.
And then the real pain goes away.
With hands in hands, we're coming home. America's glory is light from now and forever. Maga, 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 Maga. The mountain swims to river in peace. We come to build this lovely country. We wish to thank the America, faith in our eyes and truth in our hearts.
Chains on our bodies give us more strength.
My suffering makes more courage. Despite the lies those who betray, forget the storm smiling. Maga, 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 Maga. We side by side legalize the ideal. Whoever cheats and whoever hates, we swear to protect the Constitution, freedom, mercy, and love rising up.
And then the real pain goes away.
With hands in hands, we're coming home. America's glory is light from now and forever. Maga, 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 The mountain streams to river in peace. We come to build this lovely country. We wish to thank the America, faith in our eyes and truth in our hearts. Chains on our bodies give us more strength. My suffering makes more courage. Despite the lies, those who betray, forget the storm smiling. Maga, 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 maga. We side by side legalize the ideal. Whoever cheats and whoever hates, we swear to protect the Constitution, freedom, mercy, and love rising up. And then the real pain goes away. With hands in hands, we're coming home. America's glory is light from now and forever. Maga, 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 maga. The mountain swims to river in peace. We come to build this lovely country. We wish to thank the America, faith in our eyes and truth in our hearts. Chains on our bodies give us more strength. My suffering makes more courage. Despite the lies, those who betray, forget the storm smiling. Maga, 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 maga. We side by side legalize the ideal. Whoever cheats and whoever hates, we swear to protect the Constitution, freedom, mercy, and